Howdy, my name is Kanan. I'm an outreach educator for the Dunes Learning Center.
Hi, my name is Dina, and I am an outreach educator at the Dunes Learning Center.
Hi, I'm Alicia, another outreach educator at the Dunes Learning Center, and today we're going to talk to you about trees. Dina, can you tell us why trees are so important?
So trees are really important. They do a lot of stuff for us, and they also do a lot of stuff for animals. So first, let's talk about what they do for us. So trees give us materials to make things like our houses or maybe our decks or fences or anything like that. They also can supply us with some food. My favorite is apples. We get apples from trees. We can also get walnuts and oranges and pears. They also do something really important. They give us oxygen. So we take a deep breath in. That oxygen comes from trees and plants. And when you exhale, that's carbon dioxide, and that is what the trees need to breathe. So we are actually a mutual symbiotic relationship to trees. We need them and they need us.
Plants take in carbon dioxide to perform photosynthesis in order to make food. Kanan, how do they do it?
So in order for this baby sunflower to make its own food, it needs three things. It needs water. It needs sunlight. Let's use a flashlight. So this baby sunflower needs energy from the sun in order to make its own food. Now it needs something else. It needs carbon dioxide. Plants absorb this through their leaves, and then eventually they use that to complete the chemical process, photosynthesis.
Wow, trees help us a lot. But how do they help animals?
Animals use trees the same as we do. They use them for houses. They can build their nests. Squirrels build their drays in trees. They also supply animals with food. They supply acorns to squirrels. There's berries. There's a lot of things that trees do for animals as well.
Not all trees are the same, and different species of trees provide different resources.
Compared to a lot of other trees, the magnolia doesn't have a lot of branches. This means that a bird probably doesn't want to build its nest in a magnolia because it's easily spotted.
All sorts of organisms live in trees, right? Like birds in this bird nest up here. But did you know that some organisms live on trees?
You can see in between the lenticles are these splotches called lichen. So lichen are symbiotic fungi that grow on hard surfaces like tree bark and rocks, and they form a relationship with the tree in which the lichen gets a place to live, however the tree is not hurt by it.
Time for tips to tree identification.
Trees do so many important things for us and the environment, but they aren't all the same. We can look at a lot of different features to tell trees apart. For one, we can take a look at the bark. Bark comes in all different shapes and textures, and it really can help us to identify trees. Leaves. Leaves are a really helpful feature to identify different trees, right? We can instantly distinguish a deciduous tree from a conifer tree because of the pine needles, right? But deciduous leaves come in different shapes, different colors, have different edges. They're a really helpful way to distinguish trees. Leaves.
Whoa, what's deciduous and conifer mean?
So there's two different kinds of trees. We have deciduous trees, which are the trees that lose their leaves in the winter. And the conifers are the needle-like trees that keep their needles all year long. So we have two different trees over here. We have a conifer, a nice pine tree, and then we have a deciduous where the leaves haven't quite grown back yet. But soon there'll be some nice leaves on that tree.
Thanks, Dina. Back to tree ID.
Flowers. Flowers are another feature of trees that we can use to identify what species it might be. Seeing as flowers come in all different colors and have different numbers of petals and arrangements, they can be really helpful to identify the tree. Seeds. Seeds are another feature of trees that we can look at to help identify them. Because they come in all different colors, shapes, arrangements, seeds are very helpful. Branching is another feature of trees that we can use to identify what species it is. Dina, why don't you tell us more about branching?
So trees can have two different kinds of branching. I went for a walk outside and I found these two branching styles. So this first one I'm going to show you is alternating. Alternating branching is when they're coming off in alternating patterns. So they're one's down here, one's up here, and they keep going in a little bit of an alternating pattern. Okay, so the second type of branching is called opposite. So this is from a maple tree, and if you look closely, you can see that the little leaflets, the little branches are coming off right across from each other. So unlike the alternate, how they were staggered, these ones are straight across, coming off in a nice pattern. It shows right here they're coming straight across from each other.
Oh, hey there! We're gonna go on a walk around our neighborhoods and see what kind of trees we can find. Come on, let's go!
And you see this tree right here? This is a really popular tree. This is considered a landscaping tree. So this is called a Bradford pear. It's actually an invasive tree, which means it's not supposed to be here. It came from China, but people plant them because they have this nice pear shape and they kind of stay like that. And then right now it has this nice white flower, which it kind of stinks. So it attracts a lot of flies. Also, birds will come and eat the berries, and then when those birds eat the berries, they fly. And what do birds do when they fly? They scat. So then those seeds get spread, and we get more of these invasive trees growing instead of our native trees.
This tree I have behind me is a flowering cherry. You could tell it's a flowering cherry because right now in the spring, it's starting to make these white flowers. If we look at the branching, we could see that it is in an alternating pattern. There is a bud right here, and one here, and it's going to switch sides all along the branch. The leaf is shaped like an oval with a point at the end, and along the side of the leaf, there are these serrations called teeth.
This is a cottonwood tree. Cottonwoods are really important in establishing new ecosystems because they have very specialized roots. The roots are able to turn into branches and grow leaves when they become uncovered. You can identify a cottonwood tree by its very fissured bark and really, really large buds.
This is a silver maple. I can tell it's a silver maple by the bark. So you can see that it's kind of gray. It's a little smooth, but also at the ends, they're starting to lift up. Also, I can tell it's a silver maple by the leaves and the seeds coming off of it. So maple trees have samaras, and they're the little wing seeds that look like helicopters when they fall down. Something really cool that we get from maple trees is the sap can be turned into maple syrup.
Thanks for joining us. I hope you had fun exploring our neighborhoods and learning more about trees. Be sure to watch Gina's tree craft video and then head outside. Explore the trees in your neighborhood.